Today I want to talk about Washington State Public Agency executive sessions. This has been a hot topic lately by some friends who've asked, hey, my local school board, or Pete, you as a city council member, have gone into executive session. What happens? What are the limitations? How does it occur? So first thing, I want to be very clear. What happens in executive session is really supposed to stay there. The purpose is to protect the board, to allow it to have very limited discussion on very limited topics. You'll see that I've got pulled up here Revised Code of Washington 42.30.110. And these specific items listed, for example, if you're talking about real estate, it's got to be related to the purchase or sale of a land transaction that would impact that price if certain conditions about that sales or acquisition occurred in public meetings. So fundamentally, if the city, in my case, the city of Pasco, wants to buy or sell property, but if we discuss it publicly, it's going to modify the price. People know that they could get it cheaper. They know that they could actually force the city into paying more by getting into a bidding war. We're protecting the public interest and not overspending or underselling. The issue of in anticipation of litigation, it's got to be specific to the agency, and it's got to be actually anticipated. It can't just be this theoretical legal question. So executive session is very limited. I will tell you this. The city of Pasco, actually, we read a script that says we're going to convene into executive session. There are four fundamental things we do. One, we talk about the time, and then we talk about the purpose, and then we state we're going to reconvene. And then once we come out, we state that executive session is closed, no action has been taken, and then we move on and either close out the meeting, or if there's further action, we can continue the meeting. So you announce the purpose, you announce the duration, you announce who's going to participate. So in our case, city manager and legal counsel, because this is in anticipation of litigation. So it's very limited in what you're doing, and then you close out the executive session and either reconvene or close the meeting. We tend to do ours at the back end of most meetings. Other agencies do it at other places, but that's the purpose of executive session. It has to fall within Revised Code of Washington 42.30.110. And I will tell you, there's case law that's actually really restricting specifically on land sales that's come about. So it's a very limited purpose. And then Revised Code of Washington 42.30.01060 that I've got pulled up states, no governing body of a public agency at any meeting required to be open to public shall vote by secret ballot. So the Washington Attorney Generals who have opined on this, as well as case laws, interpret that to no formal decision can be made in those executive sessions. Maybe there's a straw poll, something of that nature, but even then that's getting on dicey area. I do want to show a couple of things. This is an actual cheat sheet of what you should see from Municipal Research Services Corporation. This is just a cheat sheet of what's going on in an exec session. So go ahead and go on to MRSC's website. They also have this, and I wanted to show you, they have a topic area that's the OPMA court decisions and AG opinions. And these opinions actually address executive session. So, again, most important thing about executive session is very limited. It's got to have a defined purpose. It's got to have a defined duration. And it's got to define the personnel who are going to participate. And if those things don't occur, your agency's in risk of violating the purpose of executive session, which could lead itself to legal liability. And there are a lot of people that actually go around, pay attention to these meetings, and sue on them, because you can easily get an agency in trouble and then sue and settle and force the agency to retool or refine its process for executive sessions. So that's all I want to talk about. I know it's not exciting. I'm not super fired up about this one as some other issues, but the bottom line is this is how you as a public member can say, hey, my local board, school, city, whatever, just went into exec session today, last night, and it doesn't seem like they followed the appropriate mechanism. If that's the case, reach out and let us know. Say, hey, on X date, Y board met, called exec session without any definition. Send us the video link if you've got that. That'd be super helpful, and we could review it and say, you know what? They actually failed to provide the statutory requirements. This is something that's lawsuit worthy, or at least worth noting and calling the district or whatever the agency out. So we appreciate your support. Hopefully this is helpful. God bless. Have a great day. And as always, please support us, smfjb.org. We'll talk soon.